Facts tell, stories sell. This is critical. And there's a lot of discussion today, and there's lots of books written about this. And I often find people find themselves scratching their head going, okay, I like the idea of stories, but I don't have a story. Or my company doesn't have a story. Or my clients don't have a story. And what that is you just got out of the habit or not into the habit of telling their stories. Because at the end of the day, people need to see themselves in your stories. And the stories you need to tell need to be multidimensional, multicultural, multi-generational. They should reflect the entirety of what you hope your customer base will look like. So you tell many different types of stories. I'll tell stories of young people, of old people, of all kinds of folks from the inner city, folks from the country. And so I'm going to do a little exercise with you guys right now. So as you're listening to me, I'm going to share with you some great facts, some true facts from Buffini & Company's programs. And then I'm going to share with you some stories. And you be the judge. Which one is more likely to move you to action? Now, ultimately, like I said, you need facts as well, because that's the logical justification. But the stories sell. Why? Because people buy emotionally. So the story is the emotion. The facts provide the justification. So listen to this. So here's a fact. Brand new agents who take our 100 Days to Greatness training program earn $75,000 and close 7 transactions in 100 days. Now, I'll give you an example of that. A typical new agent makes $8,700 in the real estate business in their first year. So our fact is new agents who take our 100 Days to Greatness training program earn $75,000 and 7 transactions in 100 days. That's a fantastic start to someone's career. Would you agree? Now, that's as well as I can tell that fact. Now let me share with you a story. Her name is Heather Reed. She's from Centennial, Colorado. Her and her husband have served in church ministry together for a number of years. Her husband's a pastor, and she worked alongside him. They were feeling a little burnt out, and they were also struggling financially. So Heather got into real estate. And that's always a wild decision. I'm burnt out, so let me get into real estate. That's not the most relaxed, laid-back industry in the world. Now, by her own testimony, she will say that she fell for every gimmick that came down the pike in real estate. She spent money on this, spent money on that. She was spending thousands and thousands of dollars on online leads, going into debt. And so she was kind of struggling. So her broker basically said, hey, why don't you try this 100 Days to Greatness training program? So she did, and she closed 6 transactions in 3 months. Okay? So she did kind of what a lot of people do. But now she had a bit of confidence. Now she had a few dollars in the bank. Now she's like, hey, maybe I can actually do this for a living. So then she kind of took it to the next step. She joined coaching. And her coach helped her, basically lay out the plan, walk it through. So her first year, she did $250,000 in income. The next year, she did $430,000. The next year, $518,000. The next year, $730,000. And last year, $951,000 in income. Now, the wild part of her story today is she actually has a couple of gals on her team that are also missionary spouses. So their husbands are missionaries, and these are their spouses. She's built a team of gals kind of like herself, and they're kind of hungry, who love to serve, who want to help, and now she's given back. And so now here she is, 4 or 5 years into this, she's gone from being, I'm a sucker who falls for every gimmick, to I am close to making $1 million a year. I've built a team. I have a team of people who are kind of like me, who are in it, coming from the same background. She wants to give back to those people, give back to those families, and they're doing a great job and building her business even further. Now, she is a testimony for the 100 Days to Greatness training program, and then later on our coaching program. But you tell me, is the fact the 75 grand and the 7 transactions? It's totally true. We've done that. Thousands of people have done that. That's fantastic. But all of a sudden you put a face to it. I'm looking at Heather's picture here. You put a face to it. You put a name to it. You put a story to it. Now it gives it tremendous gravitas. Facts tell, but the stories ultimately sell. Thanks for watching. If you want more tips on how to think, feel, and do better, check out these videos too. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave us a like if you enjoy the content.